Good afternoon, Venture, Senior Master Sir, dear Masters, and dear boys. I once again welcome everyone to the final day of our Having House debate for the year 2024. Okay. We've had some great rounds of debating in the past 2 days. Hopefully today also will be as interesting. Okay, now proceed further. I'd like to invite the tables and this round become wide and to assist in a timekeeping
Welcome to the first round of the third day of Senior Week Inter-House Debate. Today's topic of argument is immigration is a threat to national society. The House is speaking for the release the motion are Clive and Havelock respectively. Without further delay, I would like to call upon the participants, starting with the lead speaker of Clive House, Shubham Chaudhary.
The Clive House is quickly foremost. What exactly is abuse? Is when a person or a group of people move from one country to another. Clive House today will present three contentions to prove that undoubtedly immigration is a threat to national security. The first contention which Clive states is that immigration is multi-faced. It can be legal and documented, it can be illegal and undocumented. It can be refugees seeking citizenship, and it can even be a political side. The main problem of this is that you can never guarantee in any absolute term that the immigrants will not have any hidden agenda. The hidden agenda can be anti-social, anti-political, can be racial.
Very good answer. One question. Before I begin with the debate notes, I would like to go to just a few points. You spoke about how we will not ever know or realize the true agendas. Well, the government of the country will certainly determine the true nature of immigration. Secondly, you spoke about neo-nationalism, aka neo-Nazis. These aren't immigrants who have moved to Germany and America. These are Germans and Americans themselves. Another thing, once again you spoke about agendas. We have Thai children, Bangladeshi students, Nepalis, any agenda you take. Now I would like to ask, based on we should no longer be living in a world where caste, creed and religion play any part. We should no longer live in a world where people remain isolated from one another. And most importantly, we should not be living in a world where the actions of the few judge actions of the many. We want to know where the insecurity of minority communities stems from. Oh, but what about the murderers? What about the thieves? What about the terrorist attacks? There are people who murder men from their own country. There are people who steal from men from their own country. And believe it or not, there are people who are willing and ready to harm their own country. My opponents, however, do not seem to consider that fact. So we must ask us, what do we understand by national security? Is it only protecting our borders? No, it also refers to protecting our economy, our networks, our cultures, and the nationality which belong to the state. By denying immigration for a country, we do more harm than secure those factors. Think about this. Why do we consider the United States so advanced? Why do people think that the United States lead us in so many aspects? It's because people from different countries.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today I stand here and present Clive and speak for the topic that immigration is a threat to national security. Now, I would like to correct a few letters being written. Now you said that these immigrants is well for a country and it's not the foreign. A lot of them well for a country and only a few of them have been illegal refugees. Now let me give you that. The US, out of 100 people, 70 are American, and the rest 30 are Mexican rights. Now, out of the 70 Americans, 50 are immigrants, 50 are immigrants, which comes to be around 21.4%. And out of these 20 years, then are citizens, which comes to be around 23.3%. But they are wrong. And you see that these immigrants come to one of the before I start off with my prepared notes, I would first like to point out few out of many errors made by this fellow. Who makes an average more money? The average American or the Indian immigrant family in America? Secondly, if US is suffering so much from immigration, then what are the Indians sitting in position of CEOs of companies? What are they doing there? Stadiums of the 2022 World Cup in Qatar were built by migrant workers. Now, to continue with my point, today I'm here to talk about immigration. Not just the word, but the wonder, the why, and the purpose behind it. First, let's ask ourselves, why do people migrate? Well, imagine that you are at work and you see a table full of some mystery meat that feeds us filled with wrong. However, there is another table filled with more
never said that we support illegal immigration. What we have spoken about is the concept of immigration. France and energy strain? Aren't these the same people who still tax African countries on the minerals? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for gathering here to talk about a subject that is as exciting as trying to explain your grandparents about TikTok, immigration and diversity. Yes, I know immigration, the spicy topic that's as devastating as the pineapple on pizza. But let's plunge into it with the zest of salsa and the spirit of multicultural faith. First of all, let's talk about the benefit of chaos that is diversity. Imagine a world where every meal.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Representing Clive House, I will be speaking strictly for the motion today, and the topic of discussion today is immigration is a threat to a national security. rebuttal. I am Nepali, and I cannot be used, or the students from Nepal or Bangladesh or Thailand, they cannot be used as an example of immigration. Because immigration, what it really is a person moving from its own country to another country to either settle down there and have the citizenship. And I can assure you that I have Nepali citizenship, and I do not think that I am Indian. And I may have a lot of hidden agenda. Who knows? I could be a terrorist. I could have any bad agenda here. But does anyone really know except for me? And please let us stop using examples and imaginations and metaphorical things. Because PS guidance, we use evidences and facts. And for that question, I really prefer broccoli over chocolate. You know, this immigration is not only an example, the threat that has been posed by immigration is not only just terrorism, but the law for the aspects. Can be economic, because immigration poses a significant threat to a national security.
Very good afternoon, one and all present here. Before I begin, let me point out a few errors, or let me correct my opponents. So, you have talked about preferring broccoli over the chocolate cake. Then let me tell you, you would rather prefer the broccoli because you yourself have never lived or have had to suffer a war-torn country. Yes, by the way, the terrorist attack on Mumbai on 26th of November, 2 of the 4 were residents of Mumbai themselves. Now, today I stand before you to discuss the topic that resonates deeply to an interconnected world: innovation. Immigration is not merely the movement of people across borders, but it is the exchange of ideas, cultures, perspectives that fuels progress. My fellow teammate has stated on diversity. Let us acknowledge the truth that diversity brings immigration. Immigrants bring with them different cultural, educational, as well as professional backgrounds. This diversity of perspective often leads to novel ideas and approaches that can spark innovation. Some specialized skills of these immigrants can also complement existing expertise and foster innovation in various sectors. Let us now consider entrepreneurship. Many immigrants are entrepreneurs or have the entrepreneurial mindset themselves. They create new businesses and ventures contributing to the economic growth and technological advancements. Moreover, it's these immigrants who are more likely to start a business than the native-born citizens.